Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here in June. A very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. Hello and welcome back to Big Mouth, and you can keep this conversation or any other conversation I ignite going over on my Twitter constructively at Movies TV Mad, and welcome to the Doctor Who Daily, and you are welcome. There's so much going on. Torchwood is trending #1 at this moment. We will discuss it. There's a new picture of some Cybermen that's triggering the fan base. What else is new? And Katie Manning has got people talking. Katie Manning is brilliant. I've spoken to her many a time on Twitter before. She's really, I think any of you have ever kind of commented, no, she's very, very responsive to the fans. She is brilliant. Now, there were rumours, apparently, that she said she would love to return to the Doctor, to Doctor Who, and she would love to be a mother figure to Jodie's Doctor. But this is what she said about 7 minutes ago. I think all the companions, male and female, from start to now, have added their own unique magic alongside their doctors to this remarkable show. I remain a faithful fan of all the teams, actors, writers and producers to this day. I don't know why she's kind of tweeting that. I don't know if she's tweeting that in response to what she said about liking to be on it. I think maybe when people heard rumours that she wanted to come back, maybe, you know what the fandom's like. Maybe they got triggered because she said she'd like to work with Jodie. I don't know why anyone would get triggered about that. It's silly. Katie is such a harmless woman. She's brilliant. She was brilliant when she was on Doctor Who. She was amazing in the Sarah Jane Adventures with Liz Sladen as well. So don't go into her and start, don't politically weaponise everything. So we have a bit of a picture here. And there's loads of pictures going around, actually. Where are we? Here we are. Right. That is a picture of 3 Cybermen. Right? But that's not the biggest thing, because Doctor Who Official decided to write something over it. It says, "Meet the Cyber Fan." And this has triggered so many Doctor Who fans. Take it off. Do you have to say that? Now, what's interesting about this, could this be a clue that this is actually Graham, Ryan and Yaz? What worries me about this is that something may happen to undo that. Now, you shouldn't, basically, when someone's converted as a Cyberman, that's it. There should be no going back. But I am concerned that maybe whatever happens is undone, because if we're seeing them standing there like that, I don't know, but basically, it's something that it would concern me, but we'll just have to wait and see, or you'll have to wait and see. I'm talking like I haven't seen episode 9. Obviously, I have. As I told you on a previous video, I really enjoyed it, but I can't tell you anything. So basically, that's what it is. I thought I'd show you the picture anyway. So there it is, 3 Cybermen. It's not really that interesting or unique, but it has triggered a few people. So then let's look for John Barrowman, because John Barrowman tweeted something very, very interesting earlier today. So let's find him. I can't believe John's actually an OBE. That's crazy, isn't it? But good for him. So here we are. Let's have a look. Right, here we are. This is what he had to say. Torchwood, it's now on BBC iPlayer finally today. Could this mean if it's watched and gets lots of viewers, it might be put back into production? ? Come on, Woodies. Who knows? But now your Torchwood fix is just apt. So basically, he's literally telling us if we keep on watching that on repeat and it gets lots of views, the BBC may decide to bring it back. But of course, the decision has always lied with Russell T Davies. Listen, they have put all 4 seasons on the iPlayer for the first time for a reason. So either the reason is to see if people are interested in it. Listen, they know that we're all dying. They want to see what volumes are interested in this. And of course, every member of the Doctor Who fandom, especially kind of the new Who fandom, are going to support this. And it's trending at #1. Eve Miles just put a brilliant scene up when she does that monologue. It's season 4, isn't it? Or season 3 when they did the 5-6 episodes. And she does that whole speech and she says, no wonder the Doctor doesn't want to be here. I tell you what, let's have a look because it's a brilliant scene, isn't it? The only worry I've got, if I play this scene, even the audio, I think it might be a problem. So where are we? Eve Miles. It's one of those brilliant moments, right? Yeah. This is just, who remembers that? Who remembers that? It was a great 5 episodes. Remember, they had it on consecutively from Monday to Friday, and it was really, really brilliant. And I really want to play you the audio, even though you've all seen it and stuff. But it's an amazing monologue, so everyone's getting involved. I think, is it Kay Owen as well, who played Reese or Rice, right? Gwen's boyfriend stroke husband. He was getting in on the act as well over on Twitter. So it really looks like another season of Torchwood is a reality. So they've put it on there. So some people think it's on there as a clue because Captain Jack is coming back for the finale. Things I cannot speak about, basically. But what I will say is that if you want to see more Torchwood, watch it. I even told Russell T Davies it was trending on Twitter because I follow him on Instagram and he liked my comment, which is amazing. Russell is amazing. He's a genius. And the franchise, look, Russell T Davies created a Doctor Who franchise. He did for Doctor Who what Kevin Feige has done for the MCU. He was a genius. And I'll say to this day, he shouldn't have left totally. He should have had this Godfather role. And I think maybe for some people, Doctor Who would be in a healthier state. I'm not saying it's not in a healthy state because a lot of people like what Chris Chibnall's doing. Not everyone hates it. And it's important to remember that everyone's coming from their own points of view. And it's not for me to say everyone, there's a lot of YouTubers saying everyone hates it. Doctor Who's finished. Well, Doctor Who's not finished. We've got a special on New Year's Day. We've got season 13 and we're definitely going to get season 14 as well. And look, it's exciting times. And I do feel that Torchwood coming back is a thing. It's looking like it's going to happen. It's something the problem is Russell, of course, is very, very busy. It's something he's obviously going to executive produce, but I don't think he'll run it himself. And my suggestion was a week or so ago that Stephen Moffat comes in and runs it. That would be brilliant. Torchwood is right up Stephen Moffat's street. He likes the darker tempered things as well. And it would solve a problem because I don't think Russell can do this unless they do another 5-episode special. It could be a mini season. So expect maybe 5 episodes to come in just as a tester. But what would I do with Torchwood? Listen, I think the characters that Russell originally set up were brilliant. I think killing them all off was a bit of a mistake. I think what we could do here is go back in time to when the team were together. I don't know how you would do that. You would find a space in time where before they died. I don't know. That is an option. But either that or Captain Jack needs a new team. And it's something that Russell would have to work at because basically we love the original team so much. And I think that's why we didn't warm to the new characters in Torchwood Miracle Day, because it was very, very difficult. And plus, that was really, really Americanized. I think we need to go back to a rebuilt hub. He needs to be back there. Maybe he's working for the government. I don't know. But something. We need to go. Basically, if Torchwood does come back, we need to go back to basics. It has to be the show it was before. They tried to evolve it. They tried to Americanize it. And it simply didn't work for many people. And I'll say this. I've said this before and I'll say this again about Miracle Day. It actually was pretty good once they started focusing on Jack and Gwen near the end of the season. But at the beginning of the season, they were developing the new characters and simply people didn't give a crap about what they were trying to do. So very, very, very exciting. that Torchwood is most probably coming back, and Captain Jack may be coming back to the finale. So, basically, I'm not saying anything. Look, I'm not saying anything. I can't. But get excited. It looks like after all these years, Torchwood is coming back, and Captain Jack is going to be front and centre in the Doctor Who universe. And finally, Jodie Whittaker's future keeps on coming back and forth. And Ishak, look, we've had this discussion before, but we need to have it again. I want you to tell me in the comments below, do you feel that Jodie is actually indeed in season 13? Now, she said yes, Chris has said yes, but there was some kind of thing where they was, obviously they had a get together where they were selling season 12 to different networks and brands and stuff. And she said she hopes to be back. That was interesting. So look, I don't know. I genuinely don't know what's going on with that. And I do feel there are question marks over Jodie returning for season 13. And those question marks in my mind are probably wrong. She's probably definitely going to come back. Now, in the kind of close season after season 11, there was a hell of a lot of rumours. There was rumours of Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker quitting and then coming back again. There was a lot of things. Now, I don't know what's true or not, but let's look at the leaks about the doctors we never met before. We've already seen a doctor we've never met before. So a lot of these leaks and a lot of these rumours are true. So we all knew that there was a good chance of a course correction after season 11. The course correction is pretty big because we've got an arc. We've got an exciting arc. It certainly brought back my excitement for this wonderful character and this wonderful show. Enough excitement to do videos every day. So I'm loving Doctor Who again, thanks to what Chris is doing here. But how big is this course correction? Look, there's certain things I know because I've seen part 1 of the finale, and there's certain things I don't know. What I would say is I think if you think you've seen the whole course correction, you would be wrong. It's big. And I read the interview with Chris Chibnall. Look, he said himself, we've got a couple of more things up our sleeve. I mean, he's saying that this is going to change Doctor Who forever. So, it's going to be one of those situations where everyone's talking about it, where everyone's got an opinion. Look, Doctor Who in its 57-year history has been an amazing show. Some things we've loved, some things we've hated, some things we've been made indifferent about. But look, this character is amazing. He and she have survived for such a long time, and I know a lot of people would like this show who have got an agenda to end so they can say that their point is valid. But Doctor Who is going nowhere, and Chris Chibnall is going absolutely nowhere. And whatever he's planning to deliver, some of that I know already, of course, I think you should be very, very excited because I think the future of Doctor Who is in a great spot. And finally, today I was having a cigarette on my balcony. And do you know what I remember during the Moffat era? Do you remember those rumours that David Yates, and remember David Yates, he directed some Harry Potter films, right? Do you remember when he confirmed one day outside a premiere of a film that he was going to direct a Doctor Who film? And do you remember the outcry about that? I was remembering that the other day. And for the people who don't really like Stephen Moffat, just remember this. If it wasn't for Stephen, that film would have gone ahead. And it would have been an origin movie with a totally different director. And Moffat said, listen, if you do this, I'm out. And he threatened them. And they got scared. Because he said, I don't mind a Doctor Who movie, but the Doctor has to be my current Doctor. And at the time, it was Matt Smith. And why wouldn't you want to use Matt Smith? Do you know what? I think this industry treats Matt Smith really, really badly. He's done some things, but he hasn't been a lead in anything yet. And that's really, really disappointing. This is one of the best, greatest actors in the world. He was an amazing Doctor. I do feel there was a reason why he left, because there were rumours about him doing season 8. And I've mentioned this before as well, that he was talking about breaking Tom Baker's appearance record as well. What happened to all that? Maybe he was upset about them thinking about doing a film without him. It does tally. It does make sense. Look, his departure was premature. And I think there's still a story to tell with Matt Smith. And maybe one day we'll get some new adventures with him as well. But who knows? Anyway, I want you to comment down below. Like, share and subscribe. But I can tell you one thing. I'm so excited for the future of this franchise. And when you see this week's episode, I think you will, on the most part, be very excited for the future. See you again for more Doctor Who Daily tomorrow.